How'd you get started in entertainment?
Yeah, Leo, thank you so much for having me. First of all, it's so
For
great to
sure.
be
So,
here. I started in New York City where I was born, and I did theater as a little kid through high school, and I studied theater in college as well. I went to Oberlin College. Shout out Oberlin.
shout
And
out.
then shout out. And then I moved back to New York City after college. I was pursuing acting at that point, but I was also had a lot of production background as well. So producing and directing and stuff like that. But I moved to LA about a year and a half ago, and then I started to hit comedy really hard as well as acting, and it's been a lot of fun.
Nice. Yeah, you've been able to tackle like acting, hosting, stand up, comedy, producing. How are you able to, just get to know and be passionate about all those different skills?
Yeah. Well, I was that kid, like when you're little and you're just carrying around a camera everywhere and like forcing everyone to be in your skits and posting them on YouTube and nobody's watching. That's when the YouTube algorithm was nothing like it is. And you'd
Yeah.
show it to all your friends, you'd like do your dance, record it, show it to your family and be so proud. And I never stopped doing that. And then I loved every part. I wanted to learn editing. So I learned Premiere and Final Cut, and I directed plays in high school and college. I was always writing stuff and acting. And I realized like acting was the last thing that I did when I hit all of the pre-production stuff and production. But I always knew like it was the one thing that I loved the most. And I was the one thing I avoided the most because of that. And so I finally decided when I moved to LA, like it's now or never. I think it's time. And I felt ready. And I feel so grateful that things have started to click and come into place.
Facts, facts. What advice would you give anybody that's looking into getting into comedy, getting into producing, just any skills in entertainment? Like what
Totally.
advice? And they want to move, they're from out of state, they want to get to New York or LA and they're unsure about it. What could you say to kind of help their transition?
Yeah. I would say the best thing you can do is be consistent. Like obviously meet people, make connections on social media, and everyone's going to tell you social media. But the consistency is key because I think you can be good, but at a certain level, it's not about skill. It's just how often you do it. And that's certainly true for stand up and just showing up for yourself, honing the skills, being committed to it, and making sure you're surrounded by people who support you and who get what you're trying to do, and so you can uplift one another.
Facts, facts. Now you've been performing all across the country from New York, LA, everywhere, state to state. Let's talk about some comedians, stand-up comedians right now that just inspire you, that kind of help your stage presence and who you admire.
Absolutely. When I started in New York, I was my first love, Jabuki Young White, unbelievable, unbelievable. Sam Morril, Patty Harrison, Steph Tolev, Robbie Hoffman, uh, Larry David back in the day. Yeah, I feel like, to me, I feel like there's everyone has like a very like specific spirit, and I relate to them in different ways, and I'm inspired by all of them in different ways. But their stage presence, like Jabugi had this hilarious, like he did a PowerPoint comedy show once. I love those. And they're geniuses. They're creative. They're masters at the craft.
Awesome, awesome. That's amazing. That's so cool. And as far as producers, who would you say?
Producers. What kind of producers?
That's a broad question.
Oh my gosh, I don't. I love like all different kinds of producers and directors because I love theater. I love TV. Um, let's see. I mean, producers maybe it would make sense for like TV shows. Like Nathan Fielder is probably my favorite producer of all time. Absolutely, like The Rehearsal and Nathan For You were I mean, Nathan for you was formative. I felt one with Nathan for sure. I
Nice.
think everyone has a little bit of Nathan in them.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, you touched a little bit about being on YouTube and all the different social media platforms. Let's talk about some of the different videos you put together on YouTube that have been doing numbers lately, been going viral. You got the comedy reel that you just posted. You got all the girls after going out. You got all the different videos. So how do you come up with the concepts for making all your content for
Yes.
YouTube and your social media?
Yes. I think people resonate the most with what's real. Comedy is all about truth.
That's right. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, confidence can take you far in life. It can also help in the bedroom, especially when it's time to step it up to the plate. And that's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door in a discreet package. Women say there's nothing at all that's sexier than confidence. And Blue Chew can help you give the confidence where it counts. So if you can benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. Chew it and do it. And we got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code Leo Black at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Leo Black to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. I just want to give a special shout out to Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
It's about someone saying something that everybody knows is true, but no one's talking about it, pointing out the truth, or just going in the opposite direction and being absolutely absurd, because everyone knows like this life we live is absurd. So you're either pointing out the weird mundane, or you're just speaking to the hilarity that is our life. And that's where I come up with the idea. It's all based on my life. And I know that the videos that I've done that have performed the best, it's kind of just when it flows. You can't force the ideas. They're relatable because they're a lived experience. And that means other people have probably experienced it too.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. It's true. Now you've been in and out of the country. Let's talk about some different countries that you traveled to and cultures that you've gotten to know lately, because I noticed the foreign language in your IG bio and all the travel pics. So let's talk about it.
Yes, my Japanese style background. I love Japan. I studied Japanese when I was younger, from 7th grade onwards. I studied it in college. I studied abroad as well with a homestay program. I had a family I lived with for about 6 months. And so I was pretty fluent, and I would just go around and learn in Kyoto and chill. And everyone was like, she doesn't look like she, it was so much fun. And I've always felt such an affinity with the culture, with like the folks there. And actually in middle school, in my school, you had to take a language.
Mhm.
And for me, for some reason, Japanese was the easiest out of French, Spanish, Latin, Chinese. Like, it's visual. And I love everything about the culture. I love like the food and the traditions. And I recently visited my Japanese teacher in high school. It was just my two teachers. It was the sweetest reunion. It was the best feeling. And I wish I had more of an opportunity to speak, but I do try to get out to Little Tokyo every chance I get in downtown LA.
Nice, nice. What's your favorite like cuisine that you've eaten?
Oh my gosh. I'll go nuts for a chirashi bowl. I had one last night. So all the fish on the bed of rice, and it's just great quality fish. Sometimes you get a tamago, little egg action in there. Can't go wrong.
Facts, facts, facts. Yeah, you got some shows coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about your latest shows. I've seen you perform in New York. Your stage presence is crazy. Let's talk about your upcoming shows.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, you came to the show at Caroline's. It was so awesome to see you there.
Facts, facts, facts.
I'll be back in New York for New York Comedy Festival on November 10th at 10 p.m. at the Stand. Super hype about that. And I have a monthly show here in LA. So every month, the Sophie Rimler Show I host. Check it out at sophierimler.com. Follow me at IG for all the updates. And you'll also catch me at Cali Comedy Club in about 2 weeks, November 3rd at 8 p.m. That's in Silver Lake for all my LA hotties. And I perform all the time just throughout LA and when I'm in New York. So check me out, and would love to see everybody out there.
Facts, facts, facts. Yeah, Sophie. So we're going to get to a segment of the show where I just ask you a series of questions.
Yes, I'm ready. Hit me.
All right. So the first question is smash, marry, kill, and you got to smash one, kill one, and marry.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Your nominees are Bill Burr, Kevin Hart, and Pete Davidson.
Oh my gosh. You put Pete in there and wow. That's a great lineup. First of all, do you know how much money you could make by putting all three of those in a show together? Second of all,
Yeah.
I feel like Kevin Hart would make an amazing husband. So I want to lock him down. And who do I want to bring home? I mean, I don't want to kill anybody. In Bodies, Bodies, Pete Davidson killed himself, so I guess he's dead. Sorry, spoiler alert. So, Bill Burr, would love to match with you on Hinge and Tinder. Look out for you.
Facts, facts, facts. Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok? What's your favorite social media right now?
Instagram, because I'm a boomer. I love TikTok. Actually, I think TikTok is funnier, but Instagram makes more sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then YouTube, I live on YouTube. I mean, we all need YouTube.
Facts, facts. You passed a series of questions.
I passed. Yay.
For those who are now just tapped in, let's shout out those social media handles where people can find you, follow you, all that.
Okay, guys, run on over to Instagram. Follow me at Sophie Rimler. I'm on TikTok as well, but Instagram has all my updates. And check out my website for all my show dates and my videos, sophierimler.com.